Okay, so very good evening, guys, everyone. Right. Yeah, good evening, Bhargavi. Good evening, Vijay. Yes, Vijay. Hope the same. So, good evening, Anusha. Right. So, let's proceed with today's session. Let's do the quick recap of yesterday's session and then we'll proceed with today's topic. So, yesterday we discussed about any topic relating to uh, related lookup value functions. No? Okay. So yesterday we discussed about maps. Still, hmm? Ribbon chart. Yeah. So maps, ribbon chart. These are the visualizations that we discussed. Okay. So today, let's try to proceed with again DAX part and the remaining visualizations part. Okay. And if whatever the topics that have been left, we'll try to focus on that. So from tomorrow, we can plan with SQL module. Okay. So today, let's try to focus more upon understanding uh, the remaining DAX options available, and I think one or two visualizations have been there. So let's try to focus on that part. Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, we can plan starting with our SQL module. And make sure, remember one thing, you need to carry your laptop again for tomorrow. We are going with tool installation process, or even I'll suggest you to uh, download and install that particular application before coming to class. Even that will be even it's good. Because there is no time waste. MySQL workbench, is that okay? You can do that part. No problem. If you want me to showcase you, I will showcase you, no problem. But what I'm trying to conclude is it will be waste of time. Again, one day it will be definitely wasted. Tomorrow, if I need to explain that installation process, I can definitely say that tomorrow entire session itself, uh, uh, it's going to be installation only. Power BI, we downloaded it within 5 minutes, I guess. But SQL installation, it will easily take 10 minutes of time. And process itself is a very lengthy process. And it's not like only one candidate. Everyone needs to do parallelly. So risks are there. So much of time taking process. So I'll suggest better you are having free time, try to download that MySQL workbench and come to the session tomorrow. Let's go on with the stretch. But anyhow, I'll showcase you how to install and download before winding up the session today. Try to follow that process, everyone. So will you do that from your end? Okay. Online participants, a quick confirmation. Okay, fine. MySQL workbench. MySQL workbench. Along with MySQL workbench, you need to even download MySQL server also. Both server and workbench you need to download. Okay. Okay. So let's go with two more functionalities in Power BI. Guys, whether you can able to see this Power BI screen, online participants. Okay, right, fine. Let me import two more data sets here. Anyhow, I'll try to share those data sets in your Google Classroom. Just try to utilize those things as well. So here I'm having two tables. Both are in CSV format. So cars, load it. And you're having one more option. Manufacturer. There is one more table called manufacturers. You're pretty much clear with the topic data modeling, I guess. CAD analysis. What are the four different types of CAD analysis? Hmm. So by default, if there is any common column between both the tables, automatically cardinality relationship itself has been established between both the tables. Yes. In case if you are having different columns, automatically it will not recognize a relationship. Yes. Okay. Now what we are going to do here. First thing first, simply go to your, okay, before even going to model view, for time being, I don't want this table financials. I'll be deleting this financials table from my data modeling itself. No confusion, nothing. I'm only left with two tables. One is cars, the other one is manufacturers. Just go to this model view. You're having these two options views. The first box is referring to cars data and the second box itself is referring to manufacturers data. Now, first thing first that you can conclude here is if you're putting your cursor on the cardinality line, both columns from both the tables have been highlighted. That means these two tables are being connected. These two tables are being connected based upon common column manufacturer ID. That means you are picking manufacturer ID column from cars and you are picking manufacturer ID column from manufacturer's data. Based upon these two common columns, you are connecting these two tables and you're getting that output. As simple as it. Now, one thing that we need to understand here is in manufacturer's data, what you are getting here? 1. And here manufacturer ID column in cars data, you are getting something called star. That means 1 to many. Even if you want to cross check, go to your table view, select your manufacturer data, focus on this manufacturer ID column. Any duplicates are there, guys? And now go to cars table, focus on manufacturer ID. Any duplicates are there? Yes. Automatically the type of relationship is 1 to many. Now you are having multiple data points available here. Okay. Car IDs have been there. Okay. Manufacturer ID is there. Now there are multiple models available which are coming from same brand. If those cars have been coming from same brand, automatically the manufacturer ID itself you're having duplicate. Now manufacturing ID in cars table is nothing but foreign key. What is the primary key here? Car ID. What is the primary key in manufacturers? And now what is the foreign key in cars? Now you are going to connect primary to primary or primary to foreign? Primary to foreign. So car manufacturer ID in manufacturers with manufacturer ID in cars. Fine. Now my requirement is very simple, guys. If you are focusing on this particular column called car model, you are having multiple models available. Okay. Now I even want to understand this particular model is coming from which brand. Clear with the question? I just want to know this particular car itself is coming from which brand. Okay. Now what's my requirement is that column needs to be created here in a table. Whatever that manufacturer name column is there in manufacturer table. See, in manufacturer's data, you're having a column called manufacturer name, right? Toyota, Ford. This particular column needs to be regarded here as a new column in this table cars. Based upon that, you can connect two tables and you can get that common data that you're looking for. So far, so good, clear? Now, the requirement is very simple. What I'll be doing is, which option that I need to go with? New measure, quick measure, new column, new table? New column, everyone. Okay, fine, good. You are going to create a new column, so simply select new column. Now I'm introducing you with one simple function called related function. Related function. Whatever the related data is there in the other table, that particular related data it will pull and it will fetch into this column. Column name, simply I'm trying to provide it as manufacturer name equals to, now I'll try to utilize this function called related, and inside this related I'll try to provide it with a name, column name. Okay, so what exactly is the column name I need to provide? So for example, I'll give it a name called manufacturer name. Close it. What exactly I'm trying to provide is whatever the column that has been there with the name manufacturer name from table manufacturer data that you need to get here inside this column of a table cars. That means whatever the related data of manufacturer name is there in manufacturer table, get the data into my cars table as a new column. Simply click on enter, you'll get the data. Now just by looking into this, you can conclude which particular car is coming from which brand. So far so good, clear? Still any doubt? No? Okay, fine. Now go to model view. Here relationship is there or not? Are you getting that column available here? Yes. Now simple thing, go back to your data model, right click on the cardinality line, delete the relationship. Any relationship there? Now what happened to this code? Error. And go to your table view, you are getting error. You are not getting the data. What does it mean? Related function will only work in case if there is a relationship between both the tables. In case if there is no relationship between both the tables, you will not get the data. As simple as it. Again, if you want to get this particular data in this manufacturer name column, the simple thing that what you need to do is drag and drop this particular manufacturer ID onto manufacturer ID column of this table. Automatically you are getting that cardinality line. Connection relationship itself has been established, and now go to your table view, and now you will be getting the data. As simple as it. Clear guys, everyone? Very simple topic. Now along with related, you are having one more functionality called lookup value. Now what is that lookup value? We'll try to understand. Here you are getting the data. Why? Because you are having relationship. But in case if you are deleting the relationship, will you get the data, guys? No. Why? Because related will only work with relation. Now my requirement is I will try to create one more column for the same table. In this scenario, even if you are not having any relationship between both the tables, still I need to get the data. This is the column that we are creating in case if relationship is there, you will get the data. If relationship is not there, you will not get the data. But my requirement is every time it's not the case like relationship needs to be established manually. In case if relationship itself is not there between both the tables, still I need to get the data. So instead of related, now what I'm going to utilize is lookup value. Again, I'll go and utilize the same option, new column, and here I'll try to give it a name. So for example, manufacturer name 1 equals to, again the same duplicate name I can't provide, so simply I'm providing it as 1 equals to, the function that I'm utilizing here is lookup value. Now inside this lookup value, first syntax, what is the syntax it is asking? Provide me result column name. What is the result that you want to see? Manufacturer name. Simply search for manufacturer name, and this is something that you are looking for. Yes or no? Execute. Next comma. Search column name 1, search value 1. See, in the previous scenario, what happened? Already the connection itself has been established between both the tables. If already connection itself has been established, automatically that related data itself you are getting. But here in this scenario, you are not having any related data, right? If you are not having any related data, what you are going to do? You need to give a hint to Power BI that pick manufacturer ID column from left table and pick manufacturer ID from right table. On this basis, connect two tables. Clear? In the earlier scenario, there is a relationship established between both the tables based upon this connection. So automatically, if relationship is established, whatever the data that you are trying to pull, you will get that data. Fine, well and good. But here, in this scenario, what's happening? You are providing a hint. Why? Because there is no connection. If there is no connection, Power BI will not recognize, right? So you are giving a hint that pick this particular column manufacturer ID from this table and pick manufacturer ID from this table. Based upon this common column condition, attach these two tables and get that output. So what is the column that you need to select? Manufacturer ID. And again, manufacturer ID from manufacturer's table need to be equals to manufacturer ID from cars table. Yes or no? Both are ID columns only, but one from manufacturers, other from cars. Based upon this connection, what you want to see? Manufacturer name. And simply close the parenthesis and click on enter. Are you getting the data? Now, even though connection itself is not there, you'll get that data. This particular column is something we created with an option related. This is the column that we utilized, we created with the help of lookup value. Even though if, say for example, if there is any connection between both the tables in data model, okay, if there is any relationship between both the tables in data model, automatically by default you will get that connection and you will get that output here. Both will work. Both will work in case relationship is there. But in case if relationship itself is not there between both the tables, automatically that related function will stop work and lookup value will continue forward. And that is how this concept works. Clear guys, everyone? So this is how you can utilize the concept lookup value and related. If you want to give it a try, just try to do one thing. Try to create two simple tables. Don't complicate it. Try to create two simple tables. One is students, the other one is course. Okay. Make sure create one common column and try to fetch some common data from course table to students table. Is that fine? If you are taking students table, student ID, student name, age, some columns try to create. In course table, course ID, course name, duration, some columns try to provide. As a foreign key, try to put course ID in students table. On this basis, try to pull some data from right table to left table. 5 minutes. Okay. So it's 8 o'clock. By 8:05 or 8:06, try to complete it, guys, quickly. completed? Done. Okay. Everyone completed? Online participants? Right. Perfect case. So anyone remembered the topic group by that we discussed in Power Query? Yes. So what is group by? Hmm? Hmm. So what is that mandatory thing that we need to go with while working with group? Hmm? Okay, good. So what are the aggregations available? Hmm. Sum and max, average, count. So aggregate functions without group by. Is it possible? Aggregate functions without group by, it's possible. Aggregate group by without aggregate functions? No. No. Perfect. So for example, if you are considering a bucket which consists of multiple color balls, green color 3 balls are there, white color 3 balls are there, black color 3 balls are there, it's okay, fine, well and good. If you are trying to take the count of all the balls available in the data set, if you are trying to take the count of all the balls available in that bucket, what is the count? Overall bucket. How many balls are there? Balls count 9. Green color 3, black color 3, white color 3. So 3, 3, 3. Each and every color 3 balls are there. But if I'm asking you how many total balls are there in the bucket, simply you will tell 9. That means you are going to perform an aggregation called count on that entire table and you will say it is something relating to 9. And now here you are performing aggregation, but you are not grouping it, right? That means aggregate functions work without group by concept. So for example, now I'm asking you each and every color, how many balls are there? Now what you will do? You will take all white color balls and you will separate it in a different bucket. You will take all black color balls and you will separate in a different bucket. And you will take all green color balls and you will put separately in a different bucket. 3, 3, 3. Now you will be trying to perform an aggregation on each and every group. Now, if you are taking out all the white balls and if you are storing in a different bucket, the different bucket is nothing but it's a different group. Now, 3 buckets are there, in the sense 3 groups are there. Now, on this particular group, we are performing an aggregation called count. Now, that count will be 3 balls for white, 3 for black, 3 for green. That means if you want to utilize group by, first thing first, you will group the data. On grouped data, you will perform an aggregation. Yes. That is the reason aggregations without group by possible, but group by without aggregations not possible. Or let's try to think in the other way. Simple example. Just try to mind map it, visualize it. Two columns are there. Country column, sales column. How many columns? Two. Five rows are there. In country column, China, China, India, India, India. Okay. China is repeated for, India is repeated for 3 times. And in sales column, you will be getting some values like 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Okay. China 2 times, India 3 times, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Two columns have been there. Now, if I'm asking you, what is the total sales that we got? 500. Now, if you are trying to provide that answer 500, is there any scope that you are doing group by here? No, you are not grouping. What are all the rows that have been there? You are just trying to fetch and you are just updating. This is the total sales. But if I'm asking country wise how much total sales you are getting, then you will group the data. You will group China as one category, India as another category, and you will say for China we are getting 200, but for India we are getting 300. That means if you are using group by, first you will group the data. On that particular group, you will perform an aggregation and you will tell this is what you need to do with. Clear everyone? Now, based upon this particular knowledge itself, already we utilized this group by concept in Power Query Editor as well, if you remembered. In group by, in ribbon, you will get that group by option. There we are having two subsections, basic, advanced. Basic is nothing but one grouping column, one aggregated column. If you are going with advanced group by, more than one grouping column, more than one aggregated column. Okay, fine. Now, let's try to work with the same grouping concept, the same group by concept. Instead of Power Query Editor, let's do the same thing with the help of DAX, data analysis expressions. The same topic that we are going to do, but not with Power Query Editor, but with DAX. So for that, again, let me import that same data that we are utilizing, financials. Okay, this part is clear, right? This concept is clear, right? I'm removing these two tables. I don't want these two tables. I'll simply import that data set called financials. Okay, data set itself has been loaded. The first question to you, DAX is coming in Power Pivot or Power Query? Power Pivot. Okay. Data modeling, Power Pivot itself. Power Query is utilized to perform data cleaning, ETL task. Okay. Now the requirement is very simple. Country wise, I want total sales. What is the question? Country wise total sales. How many countries are there in the data set? But how many records are there? That means duplicates are there. If you are picking one particular country associated with that country, that many times sales is also been repeated. Now country wise total sales you are taking. That means 5 records that you need to get for each and every country. What is the total sale? Now, which option that I need to select, guys? Everyone. Hmm? Once again, try to understand the requirement. I want country wise total sales. That means how many columns you will get? Tell me. Columns. 2 columns. Rows. Country wise total sales, in the sense you will be grouping based on country. So you will get country. You will perform total sales. You will get that aggregated column total sales. 2 columns you will get. Obviously 5 countries are there, in the sense 5 records you will get. Measure, we already know, only one data. Column, only one column. If you're having more than one column, definitely you need to go with option table. Simply select this option, new table. To perform group by concept with the help of tags, you are having almost three available options, guys. One is group by function, the other one is summarize, and the other one is summarize columns. So chalo, first thing first, let's go with summarize. I'll simply give it a name called T1 table1 equals to, and here I'll be utilizing this function called summarize, and here it is asking you first provide me the table name. What is the table name, guys? Financials, comma, and it is asking you on what basis you are going to group the data. On what basis you are grouping the data? That means what is the column that you need to provide here? Country, right? Simply search for country. It will automatically suggest you, are you looking for this country column? Yes. And then if any extra grouping column is there, you can provide it. Extra grouping column in the sense we just discussed, right? Basic group by one aggregation, one grouping. Advanced group by more than one grouping, more than one aggregation. Here in this scenario, in this case, if you are working with more than one grouping column, you can go with extra group. But my requirement is country wise total sales. Simply I'll go with one country, comma. Instead of going with second grouping column, I'll give it a name called name one. What is the name one? The name that what you want to provide. Simply total sales. And this is something string, right? So I'll put it in double quotes. After providing name, it is asking you expression. What is that expression? Sales. On that sales column, what aggregation you want to perform? Total in the sense? Sum. So simply search for sum, utilize that function, inside that provide that name. If you are searching for sales, automatically it will suggest, are you looking for the sales column from financials? Simply select this column and close the parenthesis. One more time, close it, enter. And you'll get the data. Country wise total sales. In this way, you can utilize the concept. Group. You can group the data. In your case, just check with product wise average profit. Product wise average profit. With Parkway itself, Ramki, you can do that. The question is, Vijay, product wise average profit. Two columns, uh, six records you need to get, I guess. Six products are there. So the ways you can go to the query part. So there itself the blank cells have been there, right, Ramke? So if you are deselecting the blank cells, directly that entire data itself has been removed, unnecessary part. You're left with the main data that's been possible. No, Akshya. Based on multiple individual columns only you need to do. Directly it's not possible. Okay, chalo, one more question. Okay. One more question, guys, everyone. Country wise, segment wise, product wise, total sales, total profit, average discount. Okay. So one more time I'll repeat the question. Just try to make a note of it. Country wise, segment wise, product wise, average sale, total sale, total profit, average discount. Three, three groups, three aggregations. Total you need to get 6 columns. Okay. Country wise, segment wise, product wise, total sales, total profit, average discount. Narayana, here directly you are utilizing profit. See, after financials, you are putting financials of profit. Okay, change that financials of profit to some other categorical column. Okay, I'll type the question. Country wise, segment wise, product wise, total sales, total profit, average discount. Guys, don't confuse. I'm not putting any comma. Yes, Narayana. Okay, right. Okay, so we'll do it parallelly. How many of you could complete it? Okay, you, hero? Not yet? Okay. What about others? Power off. Super. What about others? Okay. Chalo, let's go with this option one more time. New table. Okay. T2 equals to, what is the concept? Summarize columns are summarize columns. Okay, summarize, right? We are discussing about. Let me explain that summarize columns just immediate after this concept. Summarize table. What is the table name? Financials. What is the first grouping column, guys? Simply search for country. What is the second grouping column? Segment. What is the third grouping column? Product. And then name. What is the name, guys? Total uh, sales. Okay. Next here. Directly you are giving names or expressions. How you are working with? Like name and expression. Okay. The second expression is sum financials of sales. Okay. If you want to go to the new line, shift enter, I guess. Okay. Next, guys. What is other name? Total profit. Okay. Nice. Next. Sum of financials of profit. Okay, good. Next. Okay. It's a name column name. So in double quotes, you will provide it with the name average discount, comma, and here average, and here you will provide, okay, it is taking complete thing, right? Average. Financials of discount. 150 records. You'll get three groups, three aggregations, country wise, segment wise, product wise, total sales, total profit, average discount. Okay. Guys, the same answer. How many got completed? The same thing? Okay, fine. Online, you're getting the same answer? A quick confirmation, yes or no? Right, good. Let me explain you one more function, summarize, guys. Okay, summarize we discussed it. Let's go with summarize columns. Let's try to go with the same question, country wise total sales. Simple question. Okay. Now, country wise total sales, but I don't want to do it with summarize, but I just want to do it with summarize columns. Select this option, new table one more time, and here itself try to give it a name called T3 equals to the function summarize columns. Here one thing that what you can notice, syntax. What is the change in syntax? Hmm? Group by column name one. Previously, table name. If you are working with summarize, first thing first, it is asking you to provide table name. After providing table name, then you are proceeding with column name, group by column name, all these things. But here it is not even asking you table name. Directly it is asking you group by column name only. I want country wise total sales, right? Simply search for country. Then it is asking you the name. I'll go with the name called total sales, comma, sum, right? Based on financials of sales. And just click on enter. And you'll get this data, country wise total sales. Okay. Now, what is the difference that you noticed between this and your previous code? Summarize and summarize columns. Mm, 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 mm. So it's up to you whichever the function that you'll utilize. But summarize is something more detailed comparing with summarize columns. What I mean to say is you are having only one table here, financials. In this one table, you are having a column called sales. Directly, you can utilize this country column. Directly, you can utilize the sales column. Why? Because you're only having this particular table. So without table name itself, you can directly go with column names. But in case if you are having same columns in multiple tables, not my point. So there, for exact detailed representation, go with summarize. And it's not like that. Why? Because end of the day, if you are trying to provide any column, if you are utilizing any column, you'll not use that only column name. You'll go with table name and column name. No problem. But still, you'll get a detailed picture in summarize comparing with summarize columns. That means if you want to, if you are having limited tables, and if you are pretty much clear that this particular column is only coming from this table only, and you don't want to make that code messy, you don't want to waste any time, directly you can go there, you can utilize that summarize columns itself. Why? Because code, very small code, no need of complexity. Directly you can go there, write an expression without utilizing table, get that part. But if you want to picturize it something more intuitively, neatly, organizedly, clearly, go with summarize. And you're even having an option called group by also function. As your homework, just try to get that same output with the help of group by syntax. If it's still not working, tomorrow we'll do that. But just try to do it as a homework. Try to do the same result with the help of group by, country wise total sales. I'm giving you a hint. While you're working with group by function in DAX, you need to utilize the concept called current group and sumx. Try to integrate these two things, you'll get that output. Try to take it as a homework and complete it, guys. So one more beautiful option available here, quick measure. Till now we discussed about new measure, new column, new table. It's fine, well and good. Here we are having an option called quick measure. And this option is really simple, guys. Here you're having two options, calculations and suggestions with pilot. First thing first, let's go with calculation. By default, you'll get all the options available. Okay. Time intelligence, filters, all those things. So for example, if you want to go with filters, select it. Base value, add data. So for example, I'll select something called sales, filter. I'll try to go with country. Okay. Automatically, okay, some issues are there, I guess. it's not accepting basically. See, what is the purpose of utilizing these options is automatically whatever the data that you are selecting, based upon that, if you want to write one DAX expression, you can get that part here. So for example, I'm selecting some columns, country or something like that. Just click on add. If you're working on some average part, that entire code itself has been provided to you directly. That means even though you don't know anything about how to write an expression, DAX expression, you can go there, you can utilize these options, and Power BI itself will showcase you the entire code. Anyone remember there is a visual called Q&A in Power BI? We discussed about how to create pie chart, donut chart, line chart, area chart, all these things, use cases. But even though if you don't know anything, you will be asking a question in English language, it will generate you that entire visual. Yes. In the same way, here also, if you are not comfortable writing DAX expression, you don't know how to write directly, at least go there, utilize that particular problem statement, add some data in it, and that code itself has been generated by Power BI itself. And your responsibility is all about just you need to click on tick mark. That's it. And along with that, you are even having very beautiful option called suggestions with Copilot. Here you are having limited flexibility in calculations part. Whatever the options that are available, you can only go with these options. But suggestions with Copilot is something like, what are all the things that you want to ask? You can ask in English language. It will generate you the entire code in DAX format. Literally, it's like ChatGPT. You're asking question, it will generate that entire code to you. You need to copy paste that code here in the formula bar. Just click on tick mark. That's it. Very easy options. Okay. These options are like, if even if you don't know anything how to utilize the tool, these options will help you out. Even if you don't know how to create a visual, Q&A is there. Even you don't know how to write DAX expression, it will generate. But we need to learn some important functions available in it at least. So that is something as a prerequisite. It would be great if you are going to any interview. Okay. Why? Because even though these options are there, they'll ask you to do it manually only. Yes. So there you need to picturize that code. You need to explain that code. You need to explain the syntax. These things are helpful. Okay, guys, clear? So I'll showcase you that option, guys. SQL installation part. I'll showcase you the path how to download, how to install. Try to utilize that part from your end. Okay. So make sure everyone try to complete the process by tomorrow session. See, there's no problem for me. Tomorrow also I can showcase you the installation process, nothing, no problem. But it's something time waste for you only. This is something you can directly do it in your home also. It just for installation process, you also need to come to classroom, right? From very long. So it might not be that much fruitful. So if you're directly coming with tool installed to the session without any late, we can start that process. Okay, that is my main thing that I'm focusing on. Anyhow, I'll showcase the process. Let's try to do that case. Yes, yes, Ramki. Absolutely. English is the new programming language nowadays. Yes, right. Wherever you go, it's all about, say, prompt engineering. What is prompt engineering? You are just giving a neat organized frame of question, and you just need to understand how to get that answer from AI tool. If ChatGPT, Bard, Google, Gemini, these things are there, how you are rephrasing that question, how you are phrasing that question, getting that answer. So how you are going to give a prompt. So it's all about how well you are articulating this part in English language to get that answer. That's it. So that you can integrate and get all the information from AI. So one thing, while you are installing, go with MySQL installer. Okay. You'll get this kind of interface, guys, everyone. Just try to utilize this option. Download MySQL installer. come down, you'll be getting these options. Windows x86 32-bit MSI installer 352.2. Don't go with the first option, go with the second option. Simply just click on download. You'll be getting a new page where it will ask you to click on no thanks, just start download. Just click on that option. Automatically that file itself is going to be downloaded here. Once that file itself has been downloaded, then installation process begins. Okay, there the list of products are there. Make sure you need to select workbench and server. Once again, I'm repeating, you need to download both MySQL workbench as well as MySQL server. If you are downloading only workbench and if you are not installing or downloading server, it will not work, guys. Remember, that is for sure. If you are importing, if you are downloading, make sure both workbench and server. If in case you are having any doubt, simply better go with YouTube. Okay, there itself ask MySQL workbench and server installation part. You might get one simple video. Okay, put a filter there itself under 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Okay, or else fast forward it, put something and try to complete it as. Okay, but make sure download workbench and server, not one, both. If you are downloading these two things, it's fine. Without any problem, tomorrow we can start the session without any late. Clear, guys, everyone? So I asked you to focus on that SQL concepts. Anyone? It's there. Okay, just open that application. I asked you to focus on the SQL concepts, right? So what about the things that you learned in SQL till now? It's fine. It's working. No need to download again. It's fine. Guys, constraints. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Clauses are limit clause. Okay. Okay. DDL comments. DDL comments. Order constraints. Not null. Okay. Offline participants. Where clause. Okay. Still a touch up is there with dashboard. That is something we'll be doing again. One more class, 2 classes. Power BI. Still we haven't completed dashboard part. Okay. That is something as a project again we'll be doing on one particular day. Okay. Order by not in. Okay. Operators. See, remember this particular subject is something really important, guys. Trust me. Even if you don't know anything but you know SQL, higher the chances you'll clear the interview. You know everything but you're not familiar with SQL, higher the chances you'll not get that job. That is for sure. Remember. Okay. You might think end of the day I'm going to create some reports, dashboards, everything. Maybe Power BI is important, Tableau is important. No. SQL is mandatory. Why? You are working with a database. What is database? Data will be stored in database. Data is there in database and you are applying for data analyst. Right? Simple thing. You are applying for data analyst role, business analyst role, data scientist role. Now where data is there? In database. To pull data from database, SQL is mandatory, right? So SQL is something really important. It's a prerequisite. Okay. It's not for only data analysts, but anywhere you go, that is important. In IT, if you are applying for any IT job opportunity, SQL is something really important. You are applying for cloud computing, cyber security, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data scientist, data analyst, business analyst, data engineer, even testing, manual testing, automation testing, Selenium, full stack, wherever you go, SQL is mandatory. So trust me, this is something really important. The language that we are going to learn from tomorrow. And at the same point of time, it is very interesting, guys. Overall SQL language itself is very interesting, and it's something enjoyable subject. You'll never get that bored. And what else I'll suggest to you is I'll suggest some platforms, these things to you. So make sure try to utilize these platforms regularly. So whatever the concepts that we are trying to cover in the classroom, based upon those options, based upon those concepts, try to make sure practice those things in these applications, in these websites. So some websites are there: HackerRank, LeetCode, and Strata Scratch, Data Lamer. Some websites are there. Here directly, whatever the questions that are been available, these things are coming from Facebook, Amazon, Meta, these companies directly. So product-based companies level interview questions are also been there in those websites. If you can able to clear, or if you are able to practice these kind of questions, clearing fresher level of interview itself is something a cakewalk to you. Got my point? So these questions are something going to be more of fancy questions, advanced questions, neat high level of advanced questions will be there. If you are getting that level of understanding, clearing fresher level interview itself is a very simple process. It's a cakewalk. Okay. And I'll guarantee you that we'll go with a very advanced level in SQL. We'll cover multiple topics there, like advanced topics like window functions, CTEs, TTs, okay, triggers, procedures, handlers, cursors, okay. Different advanced topics are there. We are going to go very advanced level. That means from very start basic level, we are going to start with from tomorrow. This subject is going to be something like you need to continue every day. Remember, Power BI is something like even though you're not coming 4 days and you're joining fifth day, it's okay. Why? Because there is nothing more than visuals. Yes or no? If, even 4 days you're missing, fifth day I'm explaining you something called funnel chart. You'll add it, you'll add some data, you'll get that understanding. But here SQL is something more of code, syntax, interlinkage keywords are there. If one day you are missing, second day it's again you are a newbie. If 2 days you are not coming to the class, third day if you are directly joining, you will not understand anything. Remember, okay? So before starting the session only, I'm explaining you the importance of the tool, the advantages of utilizing this tool, and make sure try to focus on this. So I'll highly suggest don't skip the sessions from tomorrow. Uh, Try to complete that installation process in your home and try to come to classroom. From tomorrow onwards, we are going with the basic introduction to SQL and start with the querying part. So don't miss the sessions from tomorrow without any, okay? Just continue with the part. 25 days. 20 days you can take easily. Okay. Yeah, Narayana. Okay, share your screen. I gave you the presentation access. No, no, remove that. No. Yes, yes, your screen is visible. Yeah. It's little blur, I guess, guys. It's little blur, Narayana. I can't see it clearly. Okay, or else I'll provide the code. just try to utilize the same code. Okay, any error that you are getting, just check that out. Okay, so I'm pasting this entire code in the chat. Narayana, you can just utilize it in your notepad and just try to compare it with. Okay, I provided it. Okay, right, yeah, you can stop share screen. Okay, clear guys, everyone? Okay, so try to complete that installation process. What is the tool name? MySQL. Don't go with MS SQL, Postgres, or MySQL Workbench and Server. Okay, and if you want to see the icon, see this is how it looks like. MySQL Workbench. Okay, guys. Chala then, perfect. So we'll connect tomorrow then. Okay. Bye, guys, everyone. Have a nice day. I'm telling. Almost day completed, right? Good night. Okay. Bye, guys.